Percent of success in life and business comes from emotional intelligence, not just IQ. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker sharing insight and tools to help you with your life and your business at the same time. So, thank you if you're watching live. If you can type right underneath hashtag live. If you're watching replay, hashtag replay, where you're connecting from. I would love to hear that. And let's get into this conversation today. That one of the biggest things that I love talking about mostly is emotional intelligence. And I've been studying for 16 years and I keep studying. Now, I read in the past couple of months, I read a book. I've been studying a little bit about Brené Brown. I've been studying about Daniel Goleman. And in Daniel's side, Daniel Goleman talks a lot about EQ. He was a person that destroyed psychology in a way in personal development because he brought a very radical way of seeing things, very different way of seeing things. That was that for many years, people believed that if you had an IQ, a high IQ, you were going to succeed in life. And it was like dictated that your IQ, in a way, would define your future. And this guy came and started creating his thesis around showing that intelligence, in this case IQ, wasn't the best way to measure a person's success, because he found that the people that had maybe high IQ but were not being able to deal with their emotions, they were stuck in their life, they were struggling in different areas of their life. And he found people that didn't have a very high IQ, but as they knew how to deal with their emotions, they were able to move further in life. So one of the things that I keep talking about over and over again is about dealing with our emotions. So what is emotional intelligence that most people disregard? A lot of people talk about it, but seriously, they don't do the true work. I've been listening to this for now 16 years, and I've studied many names out there. Most of them, they talk about emotional intelligence, but when you see how they talk about it, how they apply it, they're doing it all wrong. So one of the things that Brené Brown, Whitmore, Goleman teach, those are kind of big names that are really bringing a change in this world, is that we need to validate our emotions and understand them. Yes, that includes the negative emotion, guys. One of the biggest things why most entrepreneurs fail with their business is because they don't have a good relationship with their emotions. And it doesn't matter if you're in holistic healing, if you are, spiritual coach, if you are whatever coach, it doesn't matter. Most people that are working as coaches or even spiritual teachers, I see them that when it has to do with their negative emotions, they deny them, they repress them, they suppress them, they reject them. So, yes, that is wrong, guys. That's why you might be stuck in different aspects of your life. Yes, because if we talk about spirituality, holistic, right? We need to understand that emotions are not good or bad. They're just emotions. A lot of people put them in a pile, good emotions, bad emotions. And they're not good or bad emotions. They're just emotions. Putting on a pile, separating them between good or bad, that is the ego, guys. That is not spirit. Spirit loves and accepts and validates whatever it is. So what I've seen in many entrepreneurs, people that are trying to scale their business, launch or scale their business, is that they're stuck because of their lack of emotional intelligence. They're denying their emotions. They're trying to run over them. They get scared, so they get back to the comfort zone. They fall in perfectionism. They fall into analysis paralysis. They fall into procrastination. They keep getting stuck with their business and they don't know why. And they keep trying, going from one program to another program, learning more marketing, learning more sales, whatever, to try to see if they can get out of where they are. But they're still struggling and they find it very difficult to move forward. If we don't really start validating our emotions, recognizing them, embracing them, and learning from them, it's going to make it very, very difficult to be able to start making changes in your life. As I always say, our emotions bring a big learning experience if you take advantage on that. What does that mean? Many times, right? If I'm procrastinating, if I start going deeper into why I'm procrastinating, the emotions behind procrastination, you're going to find maybe sadness, you're going to find fear, mostly fear, okay? Maybe shame. So fear of what? Fear of not being able to get the outcome that you would like to. So that is fear of failing. So when people start feeling the fear of failure, what the mind says is, I don't want to, what if I fail? I don't want that. So you know what? I rather hide, not do what I need to do. I rather fail without doing than doing and failing while doing. Because the pain of doing and failing is going to be 10 times more than not doing and failing, quote unquote. For the mind, it's much more a threat, doing and failing, than not doing. So the emotional intelligence that we need to really pay attention to is stop rationalizing using the logic and start feeling the emotions. So the same questions I repeat over and over again is, how do I feel around any situation? I'm stuck with my business with the marketing side. I'm not doing videos, as I spoke last time around doing videos. I'm stuck with not talking to people. I'm stuck with not making offers. I'm stuck with not launching my account, my Facebook account, Instagram account, TikTok account, whatever that is, LinkedIn, whatever that is. You're not launching because there are negative emotions that are holding you back. So instead of trying to deny them, repress them, ignore them, that comes from ego, try to connect with love and acceptance with spirit and start loving and accepting those emotions and asking yourself, okay, why are they there? What am I scared of? I'm scared of somebody not liking my videos, somebody, telling me something negative. Okay, how would that make me feel about myself if somebody says something negative about this video that I'm doing right now? Oh, maybe it might make me feel that I'm not good enough, that I'm invalued, that I'm not worthy, that I have nothing interesting to say, I have nothing important to say. Okay, there you go. That is the narrative that it's already in your head that is triggering a negative emotion, and negative emotions, the mind creates adaptations, behaviors to protect you from those emotions, from confirming those beliefs. So if you really want to get out of where you are, if you really want to become your highest self, your true self, your most powerful self for your business, I would really recommend you start working on these things, mainly in emotion intelligence and self-awareness, becoming aware of your emotions, mainly of your negative ones. So why is it that so many people deny their negative emotions and they don't apply emotional intelligence as they should? Because emotional intelligence just, okay, I'm a little bit scared, or I shouldn't feel scared. And you try to just wrap it up with rationality to get it, stop being scared. You are not doing emotional intelligence. That is crap. That is using your intellectual side, your rational side, to try to stop feeling how you're feeling. And that's not the idea. Seriously, doing emotional intelligence is, okay, I'm scared. Feel the fear. If you could say a part of the body where that fear is mostly, scan your body, connect with your body, feel it. Oh, I feel the fear more in my stomach, in my liver, in my, I don't know, my neck. I have a stiff neck, whatever. Feel it in the body. Yes, feel the fear. Feel the sadness. Feel whatever you're struggling with. Feel it. Stop numbing it. Stop running away from it. I know it's scary. And since we were kids, we were taught to reject our emotions. Don't be mad. Don't be angry. Don't be grumpy. When we were kids, we were programmed, we were taught that negative emotions were bad. So now you have many people out there that are teaching that you shouldn't, even touch those emotions, right? You have to change your mood, change your state, and feel positive. That's a load of crap, guys. That's why so many people, if you look at the numbers, I don't remember exactly, but maybe between 70 or 80% of entrepreneurs quit their business in the first 3 years. Most entrepreneurs don't make it. No, most entrepreneurs don't make it. And it's really sad. But seriously, as Goleman says, and you can look it up if you want, he has many books about leadership, emotional intelligence, and it's amazing the things that he's teaching, right? Is that it doesn't matter how intelligent you are, the skills that you have, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is your emotional intelligence. The higher your emotional intelligence skills, the better you can face the challenges that life, and in this case, business, are going to throw your way. Suddenly, people starting becoming haters. The other day, I went on TikTok or YouTube, I don't remember where, and there was somebody that said, "Oh, you said a lot, but you said nothing, and now you're just trying to sell." And it was bullshit. It was a video about some insight and tools to help you start understanding the mind and start being able to make changes. And at the end of the video, I said, if you want a free training, write the word free and I'll share free training with you. And this woman came out and said, "Oh, you're just trying to sell." BS. But there's full of haters out there, people that are struggling with their life and they're going to project on you their own unresolved issues. But if we don't know how to deal with our emotions, they take over and they run our life. Your behaviors are the result of your emotions. And if you have negative behaviors, they're the result of your negative emotions. So I imagine that you've tried affirmations, positivity, denying, suppressing your negative emotions, not dealing with them, pushing them away. You tried that, right? Type it on the chat if you have tried that. And I have done this for many, many years now, 16 years talking with people, helping people, working with people. I have more than 6,000 hours of coaching one-on-one. 6,000 hours of coaching one-on-one. And I keep seeing this over and over again. People that a lot understand emotional intelligence at a logic level, but they cannot put it in practice in the emotional level. They feel their emotions logically, but they don't feel their emotions emotionally. I know it sounds weird, but it's like, okay, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling bad because my mom did this to me. So it pissed me off, because my mom, blah, 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 whatever, or my boss or whoever, or this guy or whatever. Okay, how are you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling bad. Bad is not an emotion. If suddenly you say, okay, I feel angry, are you feeling it in the body or just saying it? Feel it in the body. Where in the body would that anger be? What would that anger tell you? If you're imagining connecting with that anger, what would that part of you, in psychology is subpersonalities, what would that part of Tommy say that is angry? A part of me is angry. You might feel all anger, but we try to separate a little bit so that we can really understand and process and release the anger, learn from it. So how do I feel? Okay, I feel anger. Where could I feel the anger? I'm feeling the anger right now in my liver area. Okay, feel it. Put your hands on there. Breathe in. Feel the anger. Let it coexist within you because it's a part of you. It's like chopping off your finger because it's infected. You could do that. That's a way, but it's not the best way. So instead is acknowledging, accepting, validating, and learning from your emotions. Okay, why am I angry? I'm angry because this guy, this woman said that I was trying to sell something. Okay, why does it bother me? Oh, because she's not getting what I'm doing. She's just throwing crap at me, whatever. How does that make me feel about myself? It makes me feel that I'm a bad guy because I'm just trying to sell. Imagine just this conversation. It's not that happened to me. This might have happened to me many years ago, but nowadays it doesn't. I just said, okay, this woman for sure doesn't get anything, right? So I just said, okay, how does that make me feel about myself? It makes me feel that, I'm just trying to sell, that I don't care about others. Okay, why does that bother me? Because maybe in the past people might have told me that I was selfish or things like that. So I'm hurt when people tend to say that I'm selfish. So, okay, I have something unresolved in here that I need to resolve. That's the learning behind the negative emotion, guys. So if you really want to be able to become a high performer, start taking actions, big actions, even in your business, work better with your clients, offer even better services, become a better leader. The main thing you need to work on is in emotional intelligence, EQ. And it's not just understanding it at a conscious, as a logical level, rational level. It's really being able to feel the anger and do something about it. I teach the people that I work with one-on-one to maybe go and hit the bed. Don't hit the wall, don't hurt yourself or hurt anybody else or break something, but you could go like this and hit the bed, or go scream into a pillow, or go scream in nature, go for a walk, right? Feel the anger. Let it be there. A little bit ago, I was working with a guy that he wasn't allowing to himself to feel anger because when he was a kid, he was always told that feeling angry was bad. So he didn't allow himself to feel angry nowadays. Although he was pissed, don't get me wrong, as soon as we started scraping the mask that he put on, there was a lot of anger behind that. But he was not allowing he was not allowing himself to feel it. And that started affecting other areas of his life. So, guys, the idea is to be able to start feeling our emotions. When we start feeling our emotions, we have more control over our behaviors. And at the end, that's what every entrepreneur wants. An entrepreneur wants to be able to develop discipline, develop consistency, develop, time management, develop, prioritizing. Whenever you're not being able to do any of those things, the problem is a lack of emotional intelligence. Develop your emotional intelligence and your business and life will change, guaranteed. Guaranteed. I've seen it on myself for these 16 years that I've been doing and with thousands of people that I work with. The thing is, we need to apply it correctly. If I do it at a logical level, that most people do it, leave it there at the logic level, it doesn't really work at an emotional level, and we're not able to release those emotions, and those emotions are going to get in the way of our behaviors of getting our business off the ground or scaling our business. I have worked with people that were not even being able to launch their business. I work with people that were making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. I work with people that were making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month. I work with somebody that was nearly getting 100K a month. So I've seen it over and over again. And in every person that I work with, the problem, quote unquote, was their lack of emotional intelligence, of dealing with their emotions. So if you want to know more, if you're enjoying this, if you want to learn how to be able to start dealing with your emotions correctly, type the word free and I'll share a free training of the three main roadblocks that you're going to hit as an entrepreneur and how to start overcoming them by developing that emotional intelligence within. The more you practice that, the more you're going to get better at dealing with your emotions, and that is going to affect your behaviors. So if you want to change your behaviors, stop trying to change your behaviors, learn how to deal with your emotions, because that's going to help you start changing your behaviors. I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments around this, and I'll see you next time. Remember, the most important thing is emotional intelligence.